The Tika 3 was one of the most exciting and uniquely dominant alliances we've seen in Survivor history, and my next guest was not only a part of the famous trio, but he was also taken out last season in a heartbreaking loss in the infamous fire making challenge. So joining me now with updates and his thoughts on season 45 is Carson Garrett. Carson, thank you so much for joining me. Tell our viewers what life has been like for you since we last saw you on Survivor in the spring.
Oh, thank you, Blake, so much for having me. Yeah, it's been such an incredible journey, and a lot of the exciting things have even come after the season. I mean, we filmed back in 2022, so it aired in 2023. So there was a big gap between playing Survivor and then watching it back. And watching it back is so much different than watching it in person.
Yeah.
And so I've just been really excited to finally share what happened with my family. I didn't tell them anything about my placement, how I did. I wouldn't even tell them if I made the first round of tribals, which obviously I did.
Right.
But it was incredible. And so now I'm kind of getting back into being a student, still working at NASA's Johnson Space Center. And I just launched a puzzle business, selling some of the puzzles that I've designed in the past called Puzzle Nut. And it's just been a really fun time. And so I have had a blast watching this season and just kind of reacclimating to what is normal.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of things happening in your life, it sounds like. Now, you just touched on this a little bit, but I want to go a little bit further. So you did just launch your new business, Puzzle Knot. So first of all, congrats on that. And secondly, why did you want to launch this? What's kind of the base of this business?
Yeah, the amount of fans that have come up to me and talked to me about my designs, my puzzles. I've had NASA people ask me, "Hey, can you send me the files so I can print them myself?" And so after so much feedback that I've received like that, I have been thinking about, how do I do this? How do I scale something that could be so big and do it just from my apartment? And things have just been falling into place. It's been I would say it's been my passion project for about 2 years, and I've been trying to work things out logistically. And finally, I'm so excited that it all came together, and I got to launch this week. And I'm like, why did I have to choose my finals week in school to launch my extremely time-consuming business? I don't know that answer, but it worked out just the way it did. And we just got our 350th order.
Oh my gosh.
And I have just been so amazed by the response from people. I mean, granted, these puzzles are gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And you've never seen anything like them where you can put the pieces back inside. However, at the same time, I just didn't expect people to be so interested in them. And so the fact that everyone has been so excited has been so touching. And I've been so honored that I'm going to be able to share something from my 3D printer to somebody else's home, and that has been very fun. And so we have two puzzles, the tree and the star. So thank you so much for asking. It's been incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of puzzles, you were kind of like the puzzle king on your season. So how do you feel about the show switching up a lot of the puzzles this season to kind of avoid maybe having some of the success that you did?
I know. I'm like, dang it. Maybe I screwed myself in the foot. The season I didn't win, because I'm going to win one day, I hope.
Yeah.
The season I didn't win is the one that I had to show off all my puzzle stuff. I could have hidden that. I'm kidding. But it's been pretty funny. It's been a running joke that, new puzzle, Carson's Impact. And I've really enjoyed the meta of it all, watching producers have to change the game, change the way they do challenges because of the success of the puzzles that I had created. And there's something fun about now having new puzzles to make, so I've really enjoyed, the way it's pushed me. I mean, this season they had one of the hardest puzzles I've ever seen on the show, with a string that goes through 4 hoops. So complicated. I'm still confused.
Yeah, absolutely. The viewers would know that as the Savvy puzzle. Now,
Yes.
What were your immediate thoughts, Carson, after finding out that the Tika 3 was included in Vanity Fair's 25 Best Performances of 2023?
I'm trying to think how I think the way I woke up and found this out was I was scrolling through Twitter and someone had tagged me, and I saw it and I was like, what? Scroll down, and then I'm texting the Tika 3 group chat. OMG, OMG, oh my gosh, y'all won't believe this. What is happening? Bam, 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 bam. And Carolyn then starts sending texts, and my phone's going ding, 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 ding. It was so fun. I mean, it makes sense, but also to me, I mean, I'm just a person. I'm just a student. I'm just living my life. I'm not necessarily someone that now is living in Hollywood. I'm really just a regular person plucked
Mhm.
off from the street. And so it's a little weird to be included in an article with Beyonce, I'll be honest. So I was pretty honored. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, congrats to you all on that. You really did play an incredible game. Now, something I've always kind of been curious to know, but never really asked about is, the viewers get kind of little to no exposure at this point of Ponderosa. So what's
Yeah.
something that would maybe surprise fans about it, maybe about your experience there, anything you want to kind of frame it as far as that goes?
Well, I mean, for me, I was always interested in the dynamics. What is it
Mm,
really like to have people that you may have had a hand in voting out to live with again? And then also on the flip side, what if you're there and then someone else had, broken your heart? How would you feel?
mm.
So I got to experience both of those feelings. But to be honest, it's pretty fun. You go there and at least for my season, and you just get to have whatever you want to eat. So for me, it feels more like the way I look at it is Ponderosa is living on a resort after having been starved and then just having unlimited access to anything you could ever want to eat. When I got there, I ordered about probably like 5 different meals all in one. Did I eat them all? Probably not, but I tried them all. I had the best time. So it's almost like living, how ever as a kid, like you always want to your dream is to have a shopping spree. You see
Hmm.
videos on YouTube of kids going to Toys R Us, grabbing every toy they could ever imagine. That's kind of how it feels is you're a kid at a shopping spree eating whatever you want with just some people it's pretty cool. And the place is nice too, so
Yeah,
it's pretty
absolutely.
fun.
That's an interesting analogy. I appreciate that. All right, Carson.
Yeah.
So with the Survivor 45 finale ahead, tell me just briefly some of your overall thoughts on this season.
I have been really amazed by how the 90 minutes has transformed the way that they're able to tell stories on the show.
Mm,
We get to really get a deeper dive into the each of the people, and for once in a while, I don't know when the last time I've ever felt this way. I can see a path to the end and a path to victory for every single person left in the game.
yeah.
You have Dee, who's just been running things, who has a showmance, but hasn't let that showmance define her game. You have someone like Austin, who has been consistently in positions where if he did not act in a certain way, it would result in him leaving the game.
Mm.
He took out the two people who got the other amulets. He was the one who convinced Emily to side with Reba when they were in a split tribal. And then you have someone like Julie, who I've been really surprised about Julie.
Hmm.
Julie also is somebody who I would have typically, if I just looked at this final five, said, well, she looks like the mom who is going to get no votes. But I could see Julie be someone that people respect and love. And then you have someone like like Jake, who has been an underdog, and you just want the underdog to win.
Hmm.
And Katora, who has this incredible story, who's overcome so much adversity. So I really do feel like each and every single one of them has a storyline that could result in a victory. And that is what reminded me how I felt on my season. I
Hmm.
felt like every person in our final five could have won. However, I didn't feel as though that way while watching it back. But I do
Mm.
feel like this 90 minutes has given us a better view into the dynamics of the tribe, how people view each other, how each and every person interconnects in this very complicated game. So I've been really amazed by it, and I hope we continue to see it in 47 and 48 as they make progress forward.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some really strong insight. That is really, I think, good for the viewer who maybe not have that same, shared experience that you
Yeah.
have. So, all right, I've got a few more questions for you and just kind of answer these quickly. So, as someone who was on Bruce's original tribe last season, tell me how you feel the way he's played this season.
He did the best he could playing as the person he is. And I don't think he should have done anything else to change who he is necessarily.
Okay.
I think, unfortunately, his personality just got the best of him.
Ooh, okay. Strong take, strong take. Now, who would you say has surprised you the most this season?
Wow. I mean, Bruce surprised me a lot, but I mean, did he though? But I don't know. I feel like Emily, walking into
Mm,
the show, you see her have this rebuttal with Jeff and Bruce, and then you just see her transform into a butterfly. She was incredible to
yeah.
watch. She is so self-aware and someone that I really look up to. Awesome person.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved watching her go from kind of hated strong but hated by the fans to really a fan
Yes,
favorite. That was a really cool transformation. Now, who do you feel
right.
has been playing the best social game?
Ooh, that's still in the game, or it could have been out. Well, we'll just go with still in the game. I would say it's tricky. I think it's a tie between someone. No, I think Dee has played a consistently great social game. I think she's incredible to watch. She has she has no reason that she every vote she's doing something different behind the scenes. She's incredible. Absolutely have loved to watch her.
Okay, I love that. Now, I know you said that you feel like all five have a strong case to win, a strong path to the final three, but who do you feel like at this point is likely to win, and is that the same person that you want to win?
Okay, my winner pick before this season was Jake, and he's
Okay.
still in the game. And I have a internal being of mine that is rooting for him, and I want him to win so bad because he is an underdog. He's been trying to get his footing in the game and has had it slashed out but under him. But I feel like this past episode you could see him just making good moves. So I'm hoping I would love to see a Jake win. I'd be happy, but like I talked about earlier, each and every one of them has a reason to win, and I
Yeah.
could see any of them winning, and I'd be pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I will say as a viewer, I'm excited to see the finale, mostly to
Me
see if
too.
Jake does kind of turn into this strong, like, beast kind of at the end, because that's what it seems like the editing is kind of alluding to, which is very exciting for the viewers. So, Carson, my final
Yes.
question, and you kind of already teased this at the beginning, but if the opportunity presented itself, would you ever return to the islands again and compete on Survivor?
I would really have to reassess how I would prepare because I feel like everyone's gonna know my rule book before I go
Sure.
in, but I would definitely do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Carson, how can people keep up with you online?
You can follow me on Instagram is probably the best place, Carson.Garrett. If you're interested in my survivor takes, you can look into my Twitter, Carson Garrett _ And yeah, those are the best places to keep up with me, unless you want something that's actually from me in your house and you get a puzzle not puzzle, puzzle not by Carson.com.
All
Thank
right,
you.
lots of great ways to stay connected with you. Carson, thank you so much for your insight. It's so appreciated. Talk to you soon, and congrats on your business and all of your success post-Survivor.
For sure. Thank you so much, Blake. Have a great day.